moving on. Today we're actually going to do a guided meditation for grief. It's something that people have asked me, how do I deal with old grief that never really goes away? And with the with the Orlando shooting yesterday, there's just so much grief in our world and in our country right now, and everyone's just really, really hurting. So we're going to do a little guided meditation. And, one of the things when we have a lot of grief or any kind of deep emotion is that if we don't allow it, if we don't work through it, then it tends to get stuck in our bodies. So, I worked with someone years ago for nutrition counseling who was given antidepressants after her mother died because she was depressed, understandably. And this is, I'm not antidepressants at all, but I do think that when something happens, when somebody dies or when a relationship ends, it's important to feel the grief, and then it's important to go through that so that it doesn't just kind of get stuck in our bodies. And, I'm working with somebody else now who's going through a divorce after 25 years. And again, her doctor just wants her to go on antidepressants, but, she actually needs to feel that grief. Something very important in her life is ending. So it's it's important to feel it and let yourself heal from that grief and not just hold it in. Okay, so as a country, we have a lot of healing to do. So let's just go ahead and we're going to do the meditation now. I know there's a couple of people on right now. I don't know who, but if you're able to sit in meditation right now, then go ahead and close your eyes. If you're not, then just, you can click off and come back later. Okay? So, okay, I hope you can hear me. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale it out. I always like to start my meditations with 3 breaths. Exhaling out. One more time. Exhaling out. Just grounding yourself in your body. And let's take a moment because it's Monday morning. And on Monday morning, it's really easy to get all up in our head and worry about everything we have to do and our to-do lists and just get worried about everything. So let's just imagine that little creature inside our heads that's running around. Maybe it looks like a dog or a mouse, a hamster on a wheel. Just take a moment to acknowledge that part of ourselves that really doesn't want to settle down, that doesn't want to meditate, that just has to go get everything done. And whatever that little creature is that you're imagining, just imagine it sitting in your hand. Maybe it's a little hamster or a little mouse, kind of looking at you like, oh God, I gotta go do things. And just ask it, what do you need to settle down right now? What will help you? And then just listen to the answer. And is there anything else that little creature needs to help it settle down? Just check in with it. Now just go ahead and imagine that little creature just settling down next to you, wherever you're sitting. Just settling down, maybe taking a little nap while you do your meditation. And just taking another deep breath in. And exhaling out once more. And then just acknowledging all the grief that's out there right now, all the grief that's inside of you right now. It might be grief about the shooting this weekend. It might be older grief about something else that's happened in your life, someone you've lost. Maybe it's more recent grief. But I just want you to connect to that part of your body that holds the grief. Maybe it's in your chest or your stomach. And just take a moment to breathe and notice where you're feeling that in your body, where your body holds on to that feeling of grief. And I just want you to imagine what color that grief might be. And now I want you to use your imagination here. You can, fun might not be the right word, but have fun with it. And just imagine pulling that grief out of your chest or stomach, wherever it is. And imagine it turning into a character in front of you. Perhaps a version of yourself, or perhaps you see something else completely. But as that grief now sits in front of you, I want you to just acknowledge it. Just say hello, hello, I see you. Acknowledge that you're there. And just agree to sit for a few minutes and be there with your grief. To acknowledge it, to witness it. Not trying to push it away, not trying to change it. But just allowing it to be, and allowing whatever emotions are coming up to just be there as you sit there. And one of the greatest ways of healing through grief that I've found is simply to allow it to be there, to not try to change it, and to really acknowledge it and witness it on a regular basis so that it doesn't just get shoved away, get pushed down. So that's all we're doing in this meditation today. We're just sitting with the grief, allowing it, breathing through it, letting it know that we're there. And that's the best thing that we can do for our friends and family who are also feeling grief. So if you have loved ones who are dealing with something, just being there for them, letting them know that it's okay for them to feel that grief, not trying to change it, not trying to take them out of it, but just sitting with them, being there. And if grief is something that you feel like is stuck in your body, something that you're dealing with right now, then I do recommend just sitting down, maybe just once a day, and doing this. Just allowing yourself to feel that grief, allowing it to come up, and just saying to it, it's okay, I will be here for you. I will witness this. And I found that the more you can do that, the more the grief does sort of naturally fades away. Okay, so taking another deep breath in. This is just a simple meditation, so we're going to come out of it. Opening your eyes and taking a nice deep breath. I'm just thanking you for being here with me this morning, for taking some time for yourself to acknowledge whatever feelings are coming up right now, and taking a moment to just send so much love to all the victims of the Orlando shooting, and to all their family. Okay, thank you. Thanks, somebody just sent me a heart. I think that was my first live heart because I'm almost crying. Okay, I'm gonna go.